Now, but it is true, our passion for flight simulation isn't free, nor very cheap at all. Yes, we rarely talk about any free flight simulators that come out because they're nearly inexistent. But everybody, there's just been a new release, the Aras Flight Simulator. Complete challenges or fly freely all around the world. Released a few days ago, and it's completely free. Maybe because it's in beta, and maybe because it kind of sucks. But we'll find that out now. I mean, check this out. The preview photos here look quite nice. We've got some 3D buildings here. We've got a 737 airplane, as well as, I don't know what that is. We have a trailer here. Okay. They're using Claire de Lune. Oh, what in the hell is this already? Okay, all right, interesting. All right, so we have Claire de Lune with the worst trailer ever. I don't think Debussy, when he wrote this beautiful piece of art, the song, he never intended it to be used in a very poor trailer. I'm just convinced. What the hell? That is not a good way to showcase your new trailer. What in the fuck is this? Yes, everybody, after 300 megabytes of downloading, we've got the Aras Flight Simulator now downloaded. It's time to play it. Made with Unity. And for all, what is that uncut logo? Very good, very good. Let's go into full screen mode. There we go. We can select a new flight here. I guess challenges are coming soon. This is still in beta, this new flight simulator. And here we can enter an airport. For example, let's do Kazan. So that is San Diego's International Airport. We have that here on the map. We can choose a runway. We cannot choose a ramp start. Okay, so we've got the 3 airplanes that are included now. The 737 MAX, the Airbus Beluga XL, and the F-16 Fighting Falcon. So like 3 different categories of airplanes. Let's try this one. So here we have multiplayer, which we can actually select. I guess that's kind of cool. We can do a call sign, Swiss 01, and just press fly. Yes! All right, that's working. I mean, take a look at this picture. Not looking too bad at all. Let's hope it doesn't suck. Okay, all right, okay. You might think, well, this kind of looks like Google Maps now, because it is. It is using this Cesium Ion Google service, which kind of lets you play Google Maps or Google Earth in any game you would like, which kind of works well. I mean, the 3D models are absolutely amazing. It kind of looks almost better than any Microsoft Flight Simulator you've ever seen. The problem is that there's a lot of data here, and you'd have to compress that, which you can see now. I mean, look at this. We cannot even tell that we are at this runway, what is it, 10? I don't know, judging from the heading that we have, because we cannot see very far. We cannot set up any, graphics or anything. I guess this is the best we can get. Let's go into the cockpit. That's what it looks like. Why is the airplane banked slightly? All right, so this actually looks kind of worse than GOFS, the flight simulator that runs in a browser. Take a look at none of the switches working, which is a bit of a shame. We have this iPad here, which lets us do a browser. Great, and I can't seem to get it to work. Nope. All right, let me start flying here. Here we have the controls, and this is kind of where it begins to suck a little bit. Warning, joystick is not officially supported. Yes, use the virtual joystick instead. No, we have no joystick at all. We can use our mouse. I guess this, like left mouse button and drag. Virtual joystick. Okay, that should work. All right, let's go ahead and get out the flaps. Yes. All right, let's see now. I want my virtual joystick to work. This is, come on, mouse control. Why isn't it work? I can't get it to work. And I can also not fly the airplane with keyboard controls. We are literally about to crash. Okay, we've got pretty much no sound design whatsoever. I don't believe the sound has changed ever since we went full power. And now we've crashed into, what is that, a barrier? Okay, all right, I can see now while this flight simulator is not actually sold. I don't know why none of the lights, the beacon lights or the nav lights are actually not strobing. That's not what it is in real life, and we're about to crash. All right, everybody, so it's been a few hours, and, well, I've been mainly trying to figure out how to use this flight simulator and wondering, well, why doesn't the mouse control work at all? And, well, it turns out that if you have a joystick connected to your PC, it won't work because, indeed, joystick is supported. It's just that it isn't officially supported because they don't have binding support yet. Okay, interesting. So let's do this again. Let's maybe try the Airbus Beluga right here at maybe another airport. How about, LaGuardia Airport, runway 13. Perfect. All right, welcome to the beautiful LaGuardia. And it seems that this runway 13 is actually in sort of construction work. right now. I guess this is from a Google Earth snapshot where the runway was indeed serviced. That's quite bad. I guess we can run over the construction trucks. Yeah, I think this is the biggest issue of Cesium Google. I don't think it's made for flight simulating very much. I guess the only way to actually make this flight simulator somewhat work is through combining Cesium Google and custom scenery design. Like, you need a flat runway. This thing is not landable. And something else I'm having issues with is that I guess rudder doesn't work here, at least for my joystick. I have the HOTAS joystick, which doesn't have a rudder control, so we just have to ignore that. Anyway, we are now flying. Actually, that's not too bad. The Airbus Beluga XL is flying. Now, this is obviously an A330 based airplane. It does not have the A330 landing gear though, which is quite a bit of a shame. We can take a look into the cockpit here, which looks like this. I mean, at least it's kind of live. All right, that's not bad. We have a live cockpit. This is, I guess, the A330 cockpit. I honestly can't tell the difference between A330 and A320, but never mind, this is A330. Take a look at the flap placing. That's definitely an A330, so that's not too shabby whatsoever. Let's see if we can put the landing gear up, which I can't seem to be able to do. We have the control options here. I don't think I can find like G doesn't work. So it doesn't have landing gear control. It does have flaps. We haven't actually tried that out. So F is flaps down. There we go. Which has no visual effects whatsoever. Talking about visual effects or animations. The ailerons don't move as well as the elevate. No control surfaces actually move. Something that does move is this door right here. We can try that out in a second. Let's maybe see. I mean, we could explore New York. After all, the idea of using, a 3D scenery data for a flight simulator isn't new. I mean, Microsoft uses it with their Bing services. It actually works relatively well. And I mean, this is free though. Let's maybe see if we can check out New York. The thing that doesn't quite convince me is the flight dynamics. This thing doesn't feel like an A330 Airbus Beluga whatsoever. I don't think I should have this high expectations. This is a free flight simulator in development. And it is a whole lot better than the flight simulator we paid like $9 for last year, which was also based off Cesium Google. I've forgotten the name of it, but you might remember it. It also used kind of the same technique, but with insanely poor physics. This is a lot better here. Hey, this is kind of all right. It's not great, but it definitely isn't too bad either. And we have the whole of New York right here. And I reckon this scenery data is probably the most accurate one out there, depending on, how often the Google Earth imagery is updated. But hey, take a look. We've got this beautiful bridge right here. It really doesn't look bad when you fly above a big city. If you go maybe somewhere remote, like for example, the Sumadan Airport in the Engadine Valley that we visited a long time ago, doesn't matter. And the 737 MAX here, and let's do that. I reckon things are going to be a lot worse, which they are. All right, there we go. We have now some sort of data loading in here. Something that is done quite nicely is actually the lighting model. I mean, take a look at how the sun reflects off that 737. It's definitely not too bad. Let's get into the cockpit again. Maybe try to take off now. And once again, we have this problem now of this, simulator of course not being able to generate, its own buildings. So if, the Google imagery does not have buildings, we do not have buildings. It's literally a flat thing. And I mean, the ortho data though is obviously amazing. Wow, we don't have any trees here. If you combine this with any proper autogen, buildings, this would be very, very nice. Although, actually, I think from afar, if you're talking about VFR flying, which is the only flying you can do, I'm pretty sure this thing does not have an ILS approach that you can fly. You couldn't see the runway from far away. Like, this does not look landable. That could be a bit of a challenge, but take a look. We are at an airport that is not very well supported, and the mountains look beautiful. I guess for exploring the Earth for free, this isn't bad whatsoever. I just am annoyed that the navigation lights are steady. That makes no sense. Something we can change, by the way, is the time of day. So I hate how this is actually in hours and minutes you can type in. I wish this was a slider. I guess that's a suggestion. So we can put that at nighttime. And we can see that the beacon light is actually not moving, and we don't have anything that we can see at all. Like, literally, we're about to crash into a mountain. Great. All right, there we go. Back to daytime. We can also go higher by 10 meters, which is a lot of meters that we can go high. Great. What happens if we put the flaps down? I just wanted to see what happens in the animation. Oh, there we go. Hey, this thing does have animation. So it really depends by airplane. It does not have landing gear you can put down or up. I don't know what this... I don't know. I mean, this is a cool little project for sure, but I don't think that anyone... I mean, who you would use this in a state like this? It's obviously in beta still. I don't know why the engines are purple. That's another story. I think what's interesting is also the attribution right here. What is that? Cockpit by Air Studio. Royalty free. exterior by... All right, so this is just from some CG trader models. Okay, so this is not, you know, self-made any 3D models at all. Okay, let's maybe see what St. Barth looks like, because that's important. All right, so welcome to St. Bartholomew, and it kind of looks like I expected it. Yeah, that doesn't have any great scenery coverage either. Yeah, I guess the developers of this flight simulator are planning on improving this and, you know, making custom sceneries for airports, which would greatly improve everything. But now, I think, you know, for the most of the world, this is not very usable. Come on, take off now, which hasn't worked in this, what is that, F-16? I'm not very sure. Also, the cockpit is not existent. We have this head-up display. I guess we could go fast. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about this flight simulator. If you're absolutely desperate and definitely need a flight simulator, but absolutely completely broke, then you should probably get this. Hey, I guess it's got a little potential. Let's maybe see. I mean, this thing has been out for like 5 days. Maybe it's going to improve. So by the Aras flight simulator, maybe in the future we can talk about how great it is going to be. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijutsu Finer, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.